Hello everyone, it is me, Ag43, and you guys all know what an iceberg is. Well, if you don't know, an iceberg is basically something that categorizes information in a few ways. The top basically being the most well-known information, and the deeper you go, the more dark, deeper, unknown, questionable, and disturbing content there is. So I decided, you know what, I'm gonna make one based off my personal life, YouTube, and other stuff. So let's dive in. Tier 1, Sky Level. Let's do this. My channel name changed. For anyone who doesn't know, originally my YouTube channel was called Ag4322, back when I made it. I decided to change the name of the channel since, you know, it was very long to say every time I mentioned the channel name to people who should subscribe. So I changed it to the Ag43 channel, which you guys all know today. My favorite color is blue. This is pretty self-explanatory. Blue is pretty much my favorite color. My favorite food is sushi. Same thing with the one I just covered. Sushi is my favorite food. There's not really much to say about it. How old am I? / my age. Okay, this is gonna be a fun one. I am currently 14, and next year in 2024, I will be turning 15. Sorry about that. Which officially makes me a teenager, believe it or not. Ag43 was created in December 2021. This is true. Back towards the end of 2021, I drew up in a black notebook the first concept of what originally was supposed to be Ag43. His face shape looks kind of crooked, and half of his body, half of his face is covered, and his body looks shaded in. Originally, it was going to turn into a beast-like dinosaur creature, and the same would have been with Drast, who was going to be his rival who had the same thing. But turns out that whole concept got scrapped, and Beast Gotcha was created, and eventually Drast returned to the gun-wielding, alcohol-drinking character you guys all know today. My channel was created in 2020. This is referring to the date of May 17th, 2020, when I set up my channel. So this is true. Don't give me on this one, Anson. There we go. I moved. This is referring to the fact that I've changed locations only once. Originally, I'm not gonna say the location because I don't want people trying to track where I live. So I'll just be saying it undisclosed. So I used to live in a house, and something happened that caused me to move to an apartment, to this apartment. So yeah, that's pretty much it. My parents divorced. This is referring to my mom and my dad divorcing towards the beginning of 2020. Mike, Evan, John, Gary. This is a pretty cool one. This is referring to the name of my Pokemon Go avatar from 2019. It's a combination of the names of Mike, Evan, John, and Gary. Which everything but the name Mike is in lowercase. Prime reviews. This is referring to the Prime hydration reviews that I've done of me refueling the drink. And I will be making an updated one for the end of the year. Versus Ag43. This is referring to my Friday Night Funkin' mod of the same name that's still in development and is probably going to be made next year. SpongeBob Bag Clip Fights. This was referring to a set of videos in which SpongeBob Bag Clip characters were forced to fight each other and beat the ever-living shit out of each other while saying certain words. The first two weren't uploaded back then due to cursing, but the third one was uploaded, calling it clean. Eventually this year, the first two videos would be uploaded but not deleted off my phone. Original designs. This is referring to the original designs of the Gotcha Gang. Between when I first made them, this is referring mainly to Drass's hair looking off, Anonymous Gotcha having multiple designs, Drass's eyes looking completely different, and other stuff like that. As well as other characters like Berserk Gotcha and Jelly Gotcha having original designs, Space Gotcha being called Space Melian, and Gotcha Sus going through something, which I'll discuss in 2 entries. Scrapped characters. This is referring to the trio of Mask X.4, Face Gotcha, and Sky X.4. They were originally gonna be characters in my mod versus Ag43, but got scrapped for no reason. Eventually, they will be brought back with brand new redesigns. Gotcha Sus Parasite Form design change. This is referring to the multiple sketches I had to do designing designing Gotcha Sus, which was an Among Us base character for my OCs. Had multiple design changes for his Parasite form before going to what you guys know today. Geronimo Stilton. This is referring to the books about a mouse who worked for a newspaper company. Yeah, I used to read these books when I was young, but yeah, that's pretty much it. Mozar. Now, Mozar is what I refer to my Mosasaurus toy is. You may know him from Total Toy Island, Total Character Island, and stuff like that. Rise of Tord 1 and 3 were originally planned. If you guys, Rise of Tord 1 and 2 were originally planned to be uploaded. So yeah, if you guys didn't know, I recorded back in 2020 or so the Rise of Tord 1 and 2. Originally they were going to be uploaded to YouTube, but before I did, I deleted them off my phone due to storage. Object Optality. This is referring to my fan-made object series I made back in June of 2022. Now, characters in this series are like Spoon, Shovel, and Lobster, and made me have a cult following. And a season 2, as well as a season 3 called Object Optality Observational, is yet to come. My Tord impression. Now, this is referring to this. But I have a really good Tord impression. There's nothing really to say other than this. You know what? I might keep this for the next one, but let's move on. Breen Studios. This is referring to a project I had to do in middle school in 7th grade. Where I worked with my friends Brody, Brendan, Aaron, I think that's it. We decided to call our group Breen Studios for no fucking reason. So yeah. Redesigns. This is referring to April 2023 of all the main Gotcha Gang characters getting an overhaul in the design department. Like Drass getting towards hair horns, Jelly Gotcha and Snipe Gotcha's eyes actually fitting on their faces, Gotcha EXE actually having no pupils and actually looking a lot cooler, and other stuff, and Snipe.net getting guns for arms. The storage hiatus. This is referring to the massive gap between July 2022. Actually, no. This is referring to the massive gap between November 2022 and December 2022, or the whole year in general, where I had a huge issue with uploading due to storage and how to use my iPad. Unfortunately, the end of that year, it would all be over and I could upload again. My first video was in October 2020. This is correct because my first few videos, that being Rolling Around, Puzzle Cube Toy Battle, and Water Destroys Paper, were officially uploaded within that year. Sharky. This is referring to a stuffed animal tiger shark that I had that one day I lost underneath my bed. But I got him back in February of 2019. Drass and Time Watcher are gay. That is true. Drass and Time Watcher, they say that they hate each other, but in reality they love each other. This proves that they're gay, along with Majin25 and Slash.x. Alexia. This is referring to the first fan-made female character who has a almost striking resemblance to Cynthia from Pokemon, but not really. And eventually, she and Ag43 would start dating as of the Gacha Gang Among Us comic dub sequel video that I made. My sexuality. Now, full disclosure, I don't really want to discuss this, but I'll just go over it briefly. This is referring to my sexuality. I'm currently straight, but obviously I don't know that for the future. That's all I'm going to say. The Gacha Gang original names. Now, this is referring to the first few characters, such as Gacha EXE being called Xeno Gacha, Ag43 being called Ag4322, Dras being called Dras 2572, and other stuff. Total drama. This is referring to me loving the show and watching it a lot. But yeah, there's nothing really else to say. Dr. Sailor / Therapy. Now, this is the name of my therapist that I started to go to around 2022. So yeah, that's it. Crocodile / Alligator from the Nile. This is referring to a character from Total Character Island a few years ago, who was one of the main characters in that series. The main Gacha Gang members. This is referring to Anonymous Gacha, Rapper Alex, Ag25, Dras, and Ag43, as well as Beast and Ripjaw's Gacha. Originally it was going to be Ag43, Dras, Rapper Alex, and Anonymous, but then Anonymous got swapped out for Ag25. How the Gacha Gang met. So canonically, Ag43 met every member of the Gacha Gang in multiple scenarios, either them getting in trouble or them needing help, such as Space Gacha not being able to see and buying him a visor, or Beast Gacha getting captured, and Ag43, along with Rapper Alex, Dras, and Anonymous, whooping the person who captured him's ass. Dras's car. Now I'm gonna add this to the lore dump, which I'm currently working on. But Dras has a blue and green Jeep. Mr. Beast meme. This is referring to this, which became popular due to the Mr. Beast and Squid Game rap battle. This is referring to the Pringles Karina Burger video and to the video called The World's Longest Cheese Roast. Like, Suction Cup Man. This is referring to the character made by Pimations back in, I think it was 2016. He had a cult following, even getting a sort of underrated Friday Night Funkin' mod. And I have an addiction to him, and I really like him a lot. Well, not an addiction. I had a crush on Jane Animations. This is referring to back in 2020 when I jokingly said that, but I actually did have a crush on her. Jaden, if you're watching this, I'm just kidding. Nibblers. This is referring to a thing I said with my family one day. I don't know why it's on the Iceberg, but it's here. Total Toy Island, Total Character Action, and Vector and Espio. These are the names of 3 YouTube series I started up in 2022. Total Toy Island and Total Character Actions are spoofs on the series Total Drama Island and Total Drama Action, featuring characters going through challenges and getting eliminated. Vector and Espio, on the other hand, is basically Vector, Espio, and the Sonic characters getting into random shenanigans. I needed prescription glasses. Now, for anyone who doesn't know, I can't really see from long distances, so I ended up getting glasses this year to help that. My Pokemon regions. This is referring to Trahara, Brasilia, Ejaria, Petitia, a certain Colombian-esque region, Senia, Soliminia, the brand new Kyura, and Asnia, and also an unnamed African region, obviously. I'm still working on them, but they will hit DLC. June 12th. This is referring to a day which I kind of had an issue with for some reason, because I watched a random ass video talking about cartoons or something, and they mentioned this thing about spaghetti and chocolate, and from that day on I kind of didn't want to eat either one. I don't know why. I guess I was just afraid of something happening to me. It was pretty stupid, though. My hentai collection. This is referring to a collection that I have random images of anime characters, Ka, Tar, and Cynthia. Why I own this album, I may never know, but I'm currently trying to get over it. James. This is referring to a kid last year. He was mean to me and was very hurtful to me. That's all I'm going to say. The Loaf. This is a nickname I gave to my cat Corby because she likes to sleep all the time. That's pretty much it. My lost and broken earbuds. Yeah, I've lost a lot of earbuds and a lot of them have been broken, but fortunately I've been a lot careful with them lately. My blood type is B positive. That is actually true. I recently found out my blood type on my birth certificate. It's true. My blood type is B positive. I got dragged under a wave. And one day at the beach, I was in the water picking up a shell or a rock, and a big wave clashed with a medium wave, and I got sucked underwater. So yeah. I stole Spider-Man stickers. Now, this happened a long time ago when I was younger and I stole like a thing of Spider-Man stickers. I do not steal anymore, thankfully, but I don't know what came over me that day. The Shorts comic series. This is referring to a series of comics I made back in 2021 of characters called Guy 1, 2, 3, and 4, as well as 5 and 6, and draw on random comics, with each one of them being called a reference to the Amazing Gumball episodes titles, like the Gator, the Google, and the Candy. I meant such the treat. Total Animal Island and Total Animal Action scrapped first episode. Now this was a precursor to Total Character Action and Total Toy Island, as well as Total Character Island. Basically, it was the similar format, which I didn't record. It had characters like a boat, guava juice, and stuff. I actually have a photo on my phone. Here, I'll show you guys. I'll actually show you guys. Oh, this was the cast for Total Character Island. I just figured I brought that up as a reference here. Yeah. Hold on, give me a second. Be right back. Alright guys, I am back. Sorry for the short form delay, but don't worry. It's fine. I am back. Let's do this. Oh yeah, back to what I was talking about. I originally was gonna make a second season called Total Animal Action, but I gave up on the first episode. Yeah, that's basically what that's talking about. Total Character Action episodes 1 and 2, and Total Toy Island episode 1. Now, I originally made these, like, episodes 1 and 2 of Total Character Action. I had actually made these around the time. Hold on. There we go. Yeah, I kind of... Now, for episodes 1 and 2 of Total Character Action, I was gonna record them, but I was busy and I didn't. Same for Total Toy Island. I will eventually remake these episodes, so in case you're wondering, that's what that's referring to. Drass is an alcoholic. This is true. Canonically, Drass drinks a lot of alcohol. He tends to get very drunk very easily, and the Gotcha King have tried to get him to lay it off. Gotcha X and AG.swag. Originally, Gotcha X was the name for /.x, and even though it's not here, Sanic Gotcha is going to be the name of AG.swag, but the names and the designs have changed for this. Total Character Island. This was the precursor to Total Character Action, which it wasn't recorded really quickly in my notes. I actually have evidence so far of the names of the characters who got eliminated, as well as having a lot of the episodes from Total Character Island. Back to this. I have 3 more entries, and then we're getting into the unknown section. Dino Water World. This is referring to a mobile game that I used to play about it's basically similar to Pokemon, where you can, like, unlock prehistoric sea creatures and get them to kick other sea creatures' asses. It was pretty fun, but I didn't really play it that much at the time. The Gotcha Gang Hunger Games. Now, after reading the Hunger Games, this is referring to me starting a series on my channel of using the Ag43, I think that's how you say it. Yeah, I'm sorry if I mispronounce it. Hunger Games Simulator, including all the Gotcha Gang characters in it. I might make a part 3, who knows? But yeah, anyway, 100 subscribers. Out of all the entries on this Iceberg, this is probably the most recent one, as currently I hit 100 subscribers on my YouTube channel. I want to thank you all, but yeah, it was a momentous occasion. Now we're gonna get into the dark stuff, and some unknown stuff, so I'm gonna explain it. Syriac. Syriac was a YouTube channel made back in the early days of YouTube. Now, the reason I even care about this now is because he made a video titled Meow, and it fucking terrified me and traumatized me for the whole year. I'm not gonna fully explain it because I don't want to scare myself. It was about zombie cats going into a city, killing other cats, and the cats committing suicide, and the police had to be involved. That's it. I'm not gonna say anymore. But it was a pretty horrifying thing. Thank God I got over it. The Dora video. This is referring to a video called Dora No More, where she just dies over and over again. Again, same with Syriac. It was pretty horrible. But I'm not going to talk anymore about it. Sorry about that. On to the other stuff, which is much better. The Animal Bop. Oh yeah, real quick, I have something I want to say. The times I chokingly threatened to harm myself. Sorry about that. Now, if you guys are photosensitive to this stuff, I suggest clicking off now. Now this was back a long time ago recently. Whenever I got upset or angry over my grades, I would threaten out loud that I would want to kill myself or harm myself for no reason. Obviously I wouldn't, but thank God I've grown out of that phase. It was pretty horrible. The Animal Bop. For anyone who is fine with that, you can still watch the video, come back to it. Now, this was referring to a book by Lindsay Gardner that was adapted into basically into a video. If I can find the original like podcast version, I'll play the opening riff of it because it didn't like traumatize me like the whole Syriac and Dora thing it did. Those things were just me being ignorant and not giving a fuck. Okay, here's the video right here. That's the video. I'm not scared of it, obviously, because now I find it kind of crit. But here, I'm going to play the opening melody. 3, 2, 1. Here it is. That melody, when I was younger, fucking terrified me. I think that was the start of the stuff that scarred me. Obviously, this was before the whole June 12th Syriac and Dora stuff, but that was the precursor to all that. Unlike the June 12th thing was just ridiculous, and the other two were just me being stupid and not knowing how the internet works. But yeah, with the But yeah, with that whole thing, it was basically about a bunch of animals, and it was a song. I don't know why I got scared by it when I was younger. Anyway, back to the music. I'm gonna play some BFDI stuff. Okay, now on to the other unknown stuff. Dress Imposter. This is referring to a new character I made based off Black Imposter from Versus Imposter v4. It was basically if him and Drass fused. I made Bill Cipher in real life. This is referring to in August of 2020. Where I made Bill Cipher out of yellow and black construction paper and glue. At one point I brought him in a supermarket, but that's really it. Comeback High School Reptile Expo. Back before the high school is how it is now. At one point there was like some sort of reptile expo where they had like animals there. And at one point there were these two toys which I couldn't decide between. So I got to keep them both or something. Eventually, even though I had to replace him, Komodo Dragon as well as Blue Crab would be a part of total character action. So there's that. I tried Among Us. This is nothing significant. This is just referring to back in September of 2020, I tried playing the game. I was the imposter, and let's just say I got voted out. Throwing a wiffle ball near my house. Now this was referring to the fact before I moved one night where I threw a wiffle ball near my house near the street. My baby teeth. This was referring to the fact of all the times I've like lost my baby teeth for no apparent reason. But yeah. I stole tennis balls. Yeah, apparently in the school at some point I used to like take them for no fucking reason. Also, at one point at recess, there's one in a bush, and I got help from a guy out there, so I used a random ass umbrella to get it. Jungle Bob's Reptile World. This is a store that's still open today. It's like toys and like, fish and reptiles, and it's pretty cool. I think it has amphibians and frogs. I don't know though. Versus Ag43 mod inspiration. This is referring to what inspired my mod. I figured I wanted to bring my OCs into the FNF world, so that's what that is. My iPad. My iPad is it's referring to what I'm using to record this video on. I got this thing back in October of 2017. It's basically what it is. 5 more entries, let's do this. I got Omicron. Pretty self-explanatory. Back in 2021, towards the end of that year, I had gotten COVID. It was horrible, but I ended up getting sick. Fortunately, I think I was around that year where Ag43 was originally created. Back from Layer 2 on the Iceberg. Or actually, no, it was back from Layer 1 on the Iceberg. Now let's continue about this. Stealing a shovel. At one point, there was a shovel in my neighbor's backyard, which I took from a hole in the gate. I ended up putting it back, but I don't know why I did that. Soup City. Now this is referring to a game I played in gym a long time ago. I remember there were like crocodiles and stuff. It was pretty cool, but I don't really remember much about it. Now these two are going to be the last topics of the Iceberg, and they're pretty intriguing. Ag43, Dress, Time Watcher, Ag96, Ag.net, and Ag.swag are related. This is true. This is referring to a drawing I made of all of them, and they're all related due to their hair looking similar and all of them having line-shaped eyes. Even though I didn't add it here, Ag25 is also similar, but I guess all of them are pretty much similar, sort of. Now the last one is pretty intriguing. Time Watcher pushed Ag43 off a ledge. Now this is referring to the end of the video of the Gotcha Gang episode 6. Where Drass wanted the water so much that he shoved that he threatened anything, and I think he did. Shoving Ag43 off the top of my bookcase / the ledge. Almost killing him. Showing Time Watcher's murderous tendencies. So yeah, that was the Ag43 Iceberg. I hope you enjoyed. Yeah, I tried my best to explain a lot of these, like the whole Syriac situation, my YouTube series, and my personal life. But I hope you enjoyed. Anyways, next week is Poke Week. I'll have Tukes and Rapper after that. And the week after, I'll be going on hiatus. But yeah, anyways, I am Ag43. Please like, subscribe, and enjoy the rest of your day. Hasta luego. Goodbye.